We are visiting La Mauricie National Park in the province of Quebec. It is a forested park set amongst rolling mountains featuring over 150 lakes. It's a popular place for boating activities, biking, and hiking. There are also lots of different types of fungus and mushrooms. At the end of the video, I will show you my mushroom collection. Currently, we are hiking to Lake Mauricie, which is an 8.2 kilometer round-trip hike.
How do you like hiking in Canada?
Are you there yet?
No, good news. There's more.
Almost there. Half a kilometer to go. We found the famous red chairs in La Mauricie National Park. And here's our view. What do you think, Kyle?
It was quite interesting to get here. The last 2 kilometers were almost all uphill. It appears that's the way that the red chair hikes are in Canada. We had the same thing happen in Newfoundland. It was straight uphill to get there. We learned today that the red chairs are just put in by the park. People come back and be like, this would be a nice spot for a scenic viewpoint. So the park puts them in. And here we are.
I'm calling these red chair hikes red face hikes because I feel like every time I've been in one of these red chairs, my face has always been beet red.
It is 5:15 this morning and we decided to get up early and head into the park to do the 63 kilometer scenic drive. something special happened that doesn't happen very often for us. We had a surprise guest visit from my cousin Troy. Troy's a truck driver and he called me up saying he was going to Canada and was going to be going near where we were staying. We ended up meeting him at a truck stop and had lunch together. It was pretty cool to see him and his two doggies, Diesel and Fancy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna eat mine if that's okay.
No. We are now hiking to Lake Solitaire. This hike is a 5.5 kilometer round trip hike and says we're going up 443 meters.
We made it to Lake Solitaire. We hiked all the way up from ground level to up here. And now to complete our journey back, we get to hike down and around the lake, and then hopefully it's just flat on the way back.
Careful.
Take a film.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing fine.
Yeah, something like that. You should always go down a rope with stuff in your hands though.
This is the little building that we saw across from the lake. And I'm not quite sure its purpose. Oh wow. It's just a little enclosed area so that you can sit on a little bench. We were somewhere over here up top.
Where I was looking over there.
We're over here. Well, technically we're over all of this.
So this one is really a red-faced hike. I was in a hurry to catch the sunset before it went down below the horizon in the hillside here. So I ran the last probably quarter mile to get to the red chairs. So I could sit down here in my red chair, watch the sun go down.
We are officially hiking in the dark, which was great planning. Coming, Kyle?
When the hike says it'll take 3 hours, probably believe it. We're at 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Ooh.
So the next little while should get brighter.
2 Americans reported missing in Mauricie National Park, Quebec.
Mom, I'm so scared right now. I don't know where I am.
Just kidding, we're at the truck. Ha 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 ha. All kidding aside, we were out a little bit later than I think we both would have liked. We just needed like another 15 minutes of light and we would have been fine, I think. But we made it back safely. It is 5:30 Friday evening, holiday weekend, and there's nobody here.
We're about to go on a 2-kilometer hike. This is always a sign you want to see when you begin the hike. But it's okay. I think we'll be okay. Look, I found the bear!
Whatever.
So Kyle spotted this red salamander and he pointed it to me and I'm like, okay, taking a picture, and you know, I take a long time. Well, I looked up and then there's 2 people that are just waiting for me. So I apologized in English and then I was like, oops. And I tried to say the French sorry, which I thought was désolé. I'm not really sure. Can't remember that one. Well, then they realized that I was English. They started telling me about this red salamander and how it's rare to see them because they need to be wet, so they usually live like, you know, in the forest and stuff. But this one, because it's so humid out, was out on the pavement, and so they were taking lots of photos and I was taking my videos, and we had a nice little interaction with these French speaking people about a salamander.
Nicole has decided to cool off on our hike. She says it's cold, but it feels so good.
Yeah.
We'll try not to repeat the mistakes of yesterday and have to hike back in the dark. So I'll have to remind her that she cannot stay here forever.
I'm less than 2 hours.
Found some solitude. It's just me and this duck. This is a nice hike so far. It's much less strenuous than our last few days. It's nice and relaxing, low pace. Just sit down. There's a nice bench here for me to enjoy this little lagoon. Nobody around. It's pretty nice. Probably go home and try one of my non-alcoholic beers later. Have to fill everybody in on that story as to how I ended up buying some NA beer at the French grocery store.
Hi, Carl.
I made a friend.
You making friends?
Today we are going on a unique adventure. We are going to be canoeing this Lake W. It is 4.6 kilometers across the lake, and then we will be hiking 4 kilometers here to this beautiful Chutes Weber or Weber Falls. Today is going to be a big day because we will be doing 7.2 kilometers round trip of hiking and 9.2 kilometers round trip of canoeing. Our arms will be tired, and good news, our legs will be tired. Here's our kayak for the day. A beautiful greenish blue color. Has a nice handle for when we have to portage, which we do have to do for 0.1 kilometers, and it has a nice padded cushion.
I'm sorry about today.
Always an adventure. It's going to be the most awesome waterfall I've ever seen.
Oh, another one.
Huh?
There's another ahead. Sorry, Kyle.
I think it's supposed to be something about merrily, but I don't feel very merry at the moment. Probably need a Snickers. It's been a rough morning.
We made it, thanks to Kyle, because I'm not able to pedal today apparently. Now we are going to hike to this beautiful waterfall.
We are getting closer to the waterfall. We just now can faintly hear it in the distance. It's a bit muggy out. We're pretty warm from hiking, and that water of the waterfall is going to feel so good.
We got all changed into our swimsuits behind a porta-john in the woods. So now in 0.4 miles, 0.4 kilometers, we'll be all ready to just go in the water.
I think you just play and explore in the waterfall until you break a leg, and then it's time to go home. Very slippery. taking you into the waterfall here. Pretty cool. Oh, look what I found. That's pretty strange to sit in there. I can actually feel, I was getting a little short of breath and I could feel my heart starting to race a little bit. It's pretty interesting. I don't really have anxiety issues, but I could definitely feel something going on sitting there. But it was still pretty cool. I went back a second time.
I do have anxiety issues, so I will not be getting under that waterfall. This is pretty awesome.
It was a heck of a journey to get here. We didn't do very well in the water. Had the portage over to the beaver dam. We really struggled for some reason. But in the end, it was all worthwhile. This is pretty cool. Well worth the hassle to get here. So something pretty fun has happened 2 times in a row now, where people have asked us, we think, which way to the waterfall. And we know about 8 French words, and none of them are which way to the waterfall. Although I know waterfall is shoot, but I didn't hear any of them say shoot. So it's pretty funny, because we just kind of look at each other and then look at them and then look at each other, and there's this awkward pause and we don't know what to do. So eventually we just point towards the waterfall and we hope that's what they're asking. It's part of the fun of hiking in a national park in the middle of Quebec. But we've managed so far, and I'm probably not gonna learn French in the next 2 weeks. So I hope they get used to it.
We made it back. Look how many people are here now. Goodbye to all the chaos behind us. And now we begin our journey back to where we started so that we can get back to the track because we are whipped. And Kyle and I switched positions, and maybe this will help me paddle better. And now I can film him from behind. This is how we kayak. Well, we just got back, turned in the kayak. I'm really glad to be back. That was hard. I was having a difficult time for some reason today. You would have thought it was my first time kayaking, but this is our last thing basically in Mauricie, and tomorrow's move day, which I'm glad because we need a rest. We had a really good time here. We really needed this because we were tired of cities, but really had a fun time here, and it was a great trip, and looking forward to the rest of our journey here.
If you remember when I put Ontario on, I said joke's on Nicole, she was gonna have to do Quebec. She's refusing. So here goes. I did manage to find some real beer with alcohol in it after my non-alcoholic accident. And I have to say, after a long day of hiking and kayaking in circles, and then trying to kayak straight, this beer is pretty tasty. Labatt's is actually founded in London, Ontario, so it's pretty interesting that the beer's got it spelled out in French and it has the Quebec symbol on it, but this beer is still very tasty, whether it's from Quebec or not. Cheers.